Good day, parents. And again, thank you so much from the bottom of everyone's heart here for entrusting your children with us. We do not take it lightly. We try to stay embodied by what our mission is and what our heart is, expanding minds, building character, and inspiring community action. That's what our very heartbeat is every single day that we come on campus and part of being of this organization. So I want to say to you, thank you so much for being a part of us and entrusting your children with us. It is important to us. We did not have a February PTO meeting. So what I wanted to do, and talking with the PTO board, wanted to be able to have a touch point with you guys and make sure that we're all on the same page and understanding where we are and what's happening with the organization. And so we want to make sure that we touch points, and then we'll create other opportunities later on that you'll have an active way to be able to ask questions and have answers and even give suggestions. Those are definitely helpful for us. But allow me first to begin with February month activities, what's going on for this month, so we can be on the same page about that and some things you really need to know. And we can talk through those and then bring up some other topics a little later. February 8th through the 11th is Valentine's candy sales. So we're having a Valentine's candygram sale with swag February 8th through 11th. February 11th is also honor roll party. So to every parent who has a student who made the honor roll, congratulations. Let's be able to celebrate the kids on February 11th. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Be cautious of that. And also the delivery of the candygrams is going to go out on February 14th as well. February 14th through the 18th is in-class testing. That's specifically for our kinder through second grade students. So kinder through second grade, there will be testing going on that time. February 17th is picture day for sports pictures, groups, all of that. That's happening on February 17th. And also progress reports will go home. So progress reports will be going home, and also the map results will be going home on February 17th. February 23rd, now this is for our 8th grade parents. February 23rd, there is a field trip to Crystal Ray. This is for those students to be able to touch high schools and be able to get a good feel of what they're offering. And we're doing a partnership with Crystal Ray. I think it's a great opportunity for the kids to get off campus and then to be able to see a high school, which is an environment like BMI, but I think it's a good transition. Some of our students have had really good success. I take that back. All of our students have had really good success there at Crystal Ray. So February 23rd and February 24th is the field trip for the 8th grade students. We're doing separate field trips with one 8th grade class, then the next 8th grade class to kind of keep that social distancing happening there. February 25th, mark your calendars. February 25th is early dismissal day. 12:30 for kinder through 3rd grade students. 12:30 for kinder through 3rd grade students. 1 o'clock for 4th through 8th grade students. That's early dismissal on February 25th. So parents, please mark your calendars about February 25th. That's early dismissal day for us, okay? February 28th through March 4th. February 28th through March 4th is benchmark testing. This is very crucial for us. So please make sure all students are getting proper rest, getting ready, making sure they are going over their skills, question them, test them, challenge them, see what's going on in the classroom to make sure they're prepared and ready for the benchmark test. This year's STAR test is really important. While we talk about accountability for the student, it is really important because the results of the test follow the student. One of the things that didn't happen for us, and when we talked about previous years of the STAR and the accountability part of the STAR, it seemed like the accountability says that the student can pass and it doesn't worry about their grades. But what the emphasis is that the students must do well on the test because the results follow them. So when we're thinking about our students' future, it is important that the students do their very best and are successful on the test. So this benchmark testing is crucial for us. February 28th through March 4th is benchmark testing. So parents, please help us to make sure that your children are ready for that week, okay? Okay, parents. So now we need to transition to some of the parts and some areas about our education and what you're seeing that's happening in our educational or academic life, okay? So now you've heard and you've probably seen letters about House Bill 4545. It's really important for us because, as I just talked about lastly about benchmark testing and how crucial it is, one of the things that we have to do is we have to abide by the House Bill 4545, which was in our last legislative session. And so what this bill says is that every student that did not take the STAR, And every student who took the STAR that did not pass the STAR, they're required to have 30 hours of tutorials for math and reading. 30 hours of tutorials for math and reading. That's crucial. So what we have to do is create a schedule and create an opportunity for tutorials for those students, right? So what is important for us and what we have to do is make sure we abide by that, because we have to report this at the end of the summer. And our end of the summer is mid-July. And so the schedule that you're seeing with tutorials is important that every student who received the letter, please attend tutorials. Now we have questions about, can other students attend tutorials? Our first priority that we have to do by law is to attend to those students. Our priority in heart at BMI is to make sure we take care of all of our students. So for parents who are questioning and needing and looking for tutorials for their students who aren't required to come because of House Bill 4545, please trust us, we are working to accommodate you as well. But what we have to do is make sure that we abide by what the law is telling us to do. So that's crucial for us, and it's crucial for our kids as well. So the intent of the law is to make sure that we're looking out for those students who did not do well, but at the same time, we need to make sure that we're covering all of our students. That is a daunting task. So what we need for you to do is be patient with us as we work through this, because it is difficult. But at the same time, we have heart for every one of our students. So we're looking at how we can accommodate every single one of our students as well, okay? So please trust us with that. Now, in the academic area, in the educational area, what you have heard and seen as well is some of our teachers who have left. The honest answer is that what you see on the news and what you hear that's happening in the United States, where people are like, hey, listen, this education thing, I'm tired of it. It's way too much pressure. What we had as pressure prior to COVID is way more. So some people who are part of us decided to transition away. What I say is, God bless them. Because if it wasn't for them now, you want to make sure they are good for their own personal sake. And so we welcome the fact that we don't have certain people here. And we love the fact that we have the people who transition in their positions. And so what we're doing, even in our hiring and even in ones who are dismissed from us, we make sure that the people who are coming to us have our heart. That is a balancing act that we have to go through every single year to make sure that we continue the strength of our rigor. And so while we're making this transition and while we have made these transitions, our heart hasn't changed. We're focused on our students and the success of our students. So nothing's changing from what we do. We just changed personnel. And for those who left, who decided to leave on their own accord, we pray God's blessings on them. And so we want nothing but the best for them and their lives and their families. So I encourage you to pray for them, just as we're doing the same for them. But at the same time, pray for us as we're making sure that we educate every single one of our students to the best of our abilities and to get them where they belong to be in life. So that's our heart, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Now, parents, we need your help in this. If they need to be tutorials, make sure they're coming to tutorials. If they have homework, make sure they're doing their homework. 9 times out of 10, there is a response to homework. We have homework here, and we need our parents, you, to make sure that they're doing their homework, okay? So please help us with that. Homework creates repetition, which reinforces the skills taught in the classroom. If you have any questions about what's happening in the classroom, your first point of contact is the teacher. Your second point of contact, the principals, Ms. Simpson and Mr. Foster. You need to reach someone after that. That's Ms. D. Johnson. Been here for a very long time, creditable. So we have great people in place. Our teachers, our principals, our chief academic officer, and if you need me, definitely, reach out to me as well. But that's our order. Teacher, principal, chief academic officer, and myself, the superintendent. But make sure that we're working together in this process. One of the things that we can't do is believe that the school does it all by itself. We do it as a community, and we do it together. Lastly, our student behavior. Talk about classroom management. On our part, our teachers have to make sure they control the classroom. That is our part. But what we have to do as well is make sure that the School and home are on the same page. School rules, we have to abide by them. Student behavior, we have to abide by them. And there's an expectation of how we want our students to behave in class. Participate in what we need to participate in. If it's math, then focus in the classroom on your mathematics. If it's reading, focus on your reading skills. If it's Spanish, focus on those things. Physical education, let all that energy out, but participate as you are to participate in that particular class. We need to work together. When a teacher calls you about the activity of the student in the classroom, listen, communicate with your child, and if you have to, call a conference and schedule a conference with the teacher to see what's happening in the classroom. But what we have to do together is work together for the betterment of our children. That's our sole purpose. We want to make sure that we're doing for the betterment of our children. So parents, please help us. Talk to your students at home, to your children at home, about how they behave in class, right? And so what's happening a lot is what's happening around in the social media world. And that social media world now is coming on the campus. And most of the time, we're the last ones to find out. And we're working through the things that are happening on social media that cause the students to get upset at each other. And they come on campus when they see each other to iron it out, if you will. We need for us to come together on this process as well, okay? So let's work together on our student behavior, because when we have disruptions in the classroom, it affects our academics. And again, our goal is to make sure that our students master every skill and they're getting to the place that they belong in that proper grade level and above. That's our goal, that our students are operating above grade level, each and every one of them. So in order for us to do that, it cannot be the school by itself. It has to be both of us, the school and home, working together. So just as the school has problems, we communicate those problems and we work through them. If the home has problems, let's communicate those problems and let's work through them. We're doing this as one community with one heart and one purpose, and that purpose is our students. That's it. So we've been doing this for 55 years, since 1966. And we're not going to change our position. Our heart is for our students. We're going to accomplish that goal in reaching every student that we have. So parents, I please encourage you to work with us, and let's work together. Thank you, PTO, for this wonderful idea of doing a video, since we didn't have a touch point this month, to be able to touch our parents and to come back to figure out how we can have more engagement as we continue throughout the rest of this year. Remember, benchmark testing is coming up, and we have a few things that we talked about already that's coming up in the month of February. So please be attentive to those things and be ready for what's coming up in the month of March. When we get to spring break, take a break. Let's take a break. Let's come back and be ready for school and the work. Parents, again, thank you so very much for being with us and trusting us with your children. And again, we love you, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you.